Prophet ﷺ said in authentic hadith, Man sama yawman fi sabilillah, ja'ala Allahu baynahu wa bayna an-nar, khandaqan kama bayna as-sama'i wal-ard. Ya salam, what a beautiful hadith. He said, by Allah, whoever fasts a single day purely seeking nothing but the face of Allah, purely for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah will put between him and the fire of Jahannam that which is like a ditch that is like the distance between the heavens and the earth. My brothers and my sisters in Islam, what a beautiful hadith. One day that you fast, purely you do it, nothing for nobody except for Rabbul Izzati wa Jalal, seeking and asking for no benefit at all except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, protecting yourself from every haram, doing every good in that day, and by Allah then rejoice, for indeed that which is between you and Jahannam is the distance of a ditch that is between the heavens and the earth, by Allah. This is point number 2, my friends, lest we forget the blessings of Ramadan. And point number 1, the best of the best, by Allah, the best of the best, from what I think is the best blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Ramadan. What is that? Point number 10. Point number 1. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in authentic hadith, لِلَّهِ عُتَقَاءُ مِنَ النَّارِ وَذَلِكَ كُلَّ لَيْلَةٍ. He said what? For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are those prisoners that He has ransomed from His fire. Allah ransoms prisoners from His fires every single night. So in every single night, Allah will look down upon the heavens and the earth, and He will choose a group of people and say, I have forgiven for you Jahannam forever. You will never enter Jahannam, no matter what you do, no matter what sins you have, no matter what things you make, or no matter what you do, my brothers and my sisters in Islam. This person that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala frees from the fire is completely free from the fire, and He will offer surety enter Jannah. And He will offer surety enjoy the eternal blessings of Jannah. And the Prophet said every single night, Allah chooses people who Allah frees from the fire. So ask yourself, my brothers and my sisters in Islam, could it be today? Could it be tonight? Could it be this night that is coming up? Is this the night that Allah will mention your names to those angels that are writing in Illiyin, and who are writing in the books that are with Allah Azza wa Jalla, write the name of my slave in the best of the books, that he will offer surety be in my company in Jannah and never to taste my torment in fire. Ask yourself, will you be amongst those people today? And beg Allah to be of those, for indeed Allah's mercy has no limits. Allah's mercy has no limits, my brothers and my sisters in Islam. My brothers and my sisters in Islam, Ramadan is a race against time. It's an absolutely positively a huge race against time for 3 main reasons. And let me give you these reasons. Number 1, because a human being is not a creation of morsel of flesh and blood merely. Rather, a human being is time itself. Al-Hasan al-Basri, he said, O children of Adam, you are only just time. Verily, O children of Adam, Ya ibn Adam, anta innama anta zaman. You are nothing but time. Yeah, we are time. So if your time passes, then a part of you passes. So if your time passes away, a part of you dies. My brothers and my sisters in Islam, I am not as young as I used to be. And I regret the days that I spent disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I regret the time that I spent not doing the good that I could have spread on this earth, and not trying with my time, with my abilities, and with my skills, with my knowledge that Allah has given me to work as fast and as diligently and as excellently as possible to achieve goodness in this month. My brothers and my sisters in Islam, O children of Adam, you are only time. If your time passes by, then part of you dies. My brothers and my sisters in Islam, this is, by Allah, one of the most amazing points that Al-Hasan al-Basri rahimahullah has said. Look at you. You could be 20 years old, but by Allah, a part of you has died already. And this can be, it really only becomes it truly touches us when we see our children grow up and when we see ourselves become old. When we see our children growing up, and we see themselves, not being that little boy anymore, that little girl anymore. Now they're adults, now they're getting married, now they're having kids, now they are getting old. Now they are also having white hair. But Allah, we are just time. When a part of us passes by, when our time passes by, then a part of us has already died. The second reason why Ramadan is a race against time, my friends, is because there is a particular time in Ramadan that lasts only about 8 to 12 hours, but it equals 84 years of worship. There is a particular time in Ramadan, and that is the night of Laylatul Qadr. It equals 83.33333 ila infinity, equals 83.3 years of worship. And a time in Ramadan where only 8 hours. In UK, I know your nights are approximately 8 to 10 hours, approximately. And by Allah, or perhaps even less, perhaps 6 hours. But if I were to take the approximate time of 8 hours, when you do the maths, 1,000 months in 8 hours, if a night is 8 hours, that comes to 125 months per hour. If you do the sums, 125 months in 60 minutes comes to 2.08 months or 62 days per minute. 62 days per minute. Every minute of that night is 62 days. And if you times that, if you divide that by the seconds, 60 seconds, then you find that each second of Laylatul Qadr is worth more than a whole day's worship. Each second. Can you imagine that? Every second, oh, there you go, another day's passed. 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 By the time you realize it's Laylatul Qadr, and you go and say, let me use the bathroom. When you use the bathroom, you've already spent a month. You've already wasted a month of ibadah. If you're eating on that night, you've already spent, let's say half an hour it takes to eat. You've already spent in half an hour, by Allah, in half an hour you've already spent more than a month in worship by Allah. Can you imagine how excellent is this month of Ramadan? How amazing are the months of Ramadan, subhanahu khaliq al-alim. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not just 1 month, I apologize, in half an hour, you have spent more than 60 months already. More than 60 months in half an hour. If you were to eat on that night, more than 60 months. Can you imagine that? Yes, salam, I thought it was 60 days. 60 months you have spent if you just take half an hour to eat on that day. Can you imagine that by Allah? So by Allah, Ramadan is a race against time. No time to lose. There is absolutely no time to lose. No time to fool around, no time to waste time, no time to go shopping for Eid. There is no time in Ramadan. Ramadan, there is no time. Simply no time. And if you waste a second of Laylatul Qadr by Allah, then you wasted a day. If you waste a minute of Laylatul Qadr, then you wasted a month by Allah. If you waste an hour of Laylatul Qadr, you've wasted already by Allah 10 years of worship. 1 hour, you wasted 10 years of worship of Ramadan by Allah. Ya salam. The third reason why Ramadan is a race against time is because good deeds are multiplied in Ramadan. Good deeds are multiplied in Ramadan. Now there is a hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam which we all quote. And that is a hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that in Ramadan, a obligatory prayer is worth 70 times its reward. And a nafil prayer is worth an obligatory prayer in reward. However, the reality is, the truth is that this hadith is not authentic. This hadith is not authentic. However, it doesn't mean that good deeds are not multiplied. There are other hadith that point to the fact that good deeds are indeed multiplied. Which hadith is that?